Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the perfect competition. In this chapter, we are going to study first the features of perfect competition, and then shutdown part, and then we price determination under perfect competition, both in short run as well as in the long run. First, let us start with the features of perfect competition. There are 7 features. The very first feature is how many buyers and sellers. As far as the perfect competition is concerned, large number of buyers and sellers. A large number of buyers sellers implies that each individual buyer buys a very small quantum of the product as compared to that found in the market. This means that he includes either he or she has no power to fix the price of the product because it's already price is fixed. The price is existing. He is the only a price taker and he never be a price maker. In term, there will be a large number of buyers and sellers. Implies a share of each individual seller is very small quantum of the product because the number of buyers is very huge. This means that the firm has no power to fix the price for his own product. Like a buyer, the seller also is a price taker and not a price maker. That's why it has given large number of sellers. That means he is acting like a buyer only because you have to take the price as it is, as there is a large number of buyers and large number of sellers. Let's move to the second features. The unique feature is of this particular company homogeneous products. That is, the market believes all the products are identical. That is why they made one particular features called homogeneous products and uniform price. The product sold and brought in homogeneous in nature, and in the sense that the units of the product is perfectly substitutable. That is, on behalf of one product another product can be used, but both are identical. All the units of the products are identical. That is, same size, same color, or same shape, or same quality, and the value are also the same because the price is uniform. So the second best feature of perfect competition is the products are homogeneous in nature. What is the third one? It is free entry and exit of market. In the short run, it is possible for a very efficient producer to producing the product at a very low cost to earn a normal profit. Attracts by such profit, a new firm can enter to the industry. When large number of firms enter, the supply in comparison to the demand would increase, resulting to the low price. The inefficient producer who unable to bring down the cost incurs loss, disturb with the loss. So as far as this market is concerned, both buyers and sellers can enter, or anyway at any time they can get out from the market. So nobody will restrict or nobody will invite. So the third feature of perfect competition is free entry and exit of market. So these three features are called pure market. So there are 7 features in the perfect competition. The first 3 features of perfect competition is called pure competition. What are they? Large number of buyers and sellers, homogeneous products, and free entry exit of firms. These 3 collectively called pure competition. Let's move to the fourth feature of perfect competition: absence of transportation cost. Of course, with the prices are uniform and large number of buyers and sellers, free entry and exit. Because of all these things, there won't be any additional cost for the product because all the products are identical. So the prevalence of the uniform price is also due to the absence of transportation cost. So the fourth feature of perfect competition is prevalence of uniform price due to the absence of transportation cost. Let's move to the next feature. What is the fifth one? Perfect mobility of factors of production. There are four factors of production: land, labor, capital, and organization. The perfect competition believes that there will be a perfect mobility of factors of production. The prevalence of the uniform price also due to the perfect mobility of factors of production, as they enjoy the perfect freedom to move from one place to another place and from one occupation to another, and the price will get adjusted. Why? Because the seller is a price taker, he is not a price maker. So because of there is a perfect mobility of factors, the perfect competition believes there will be a uniform price. Let's move to the sixth one, that is perfect knowledge about the market. Both buyer and seller have perfect knowledge about what type of product is it, what is a product, what is a shape, what is a quality, what is a size, all these things, all the technical and non-technical details of the product as well as a market, both buyers and seller is well known. That is perfect knowledge about the market. All the buyers and the sellers have a thought of knowledge of quality of the product, prevailing price, etc. With this 6 points, the last one is non-intervention of government. Most of the time, the non-intervention of government, it depends upon the type of the market. So these are the 6 features that we have to believe. What are they? Large number of buyers and sellers, homogeneous products, free entry and exit of firms, no transportation costs, perfect mobility of factors, and finally perfect knowledge about the market. These are the features of the perfect competition. After understanding the features of perfect competition, the best concept involved in the perfect competition is called shutdown point. Shutdown point means normally the firm will earn a normal profit or abnormal profit or minimum loss, but apart from these three, if the loss is exceeding the minimum loss, then it is called shutdown point. In technical term, under this market the prices are uniform and the products are homogeneous. Therefore, the position of the average revenue curve, AR curve, and the average cost curve, AC curve, decides the profit position. The difference between the AR and the AC is a profit. Due to the price uniformity, AR curve is straight line and AC will lie either below or above. If it is lying below, then it is profit. When it is lying on the line, then it is normal profit. When it is lying above, then it is a loss. Apart from this, when average variable cost itself is more than the average revenue curve, then it is called shutdown point. The definition for shutdown point is when the perfect competitive firm is incurring a loss, AC is greater than AR. But under shutdown point condition, not only AC but also AVC, that is not only average cost but also the average variable cost is greater than the average revenue. So this particular point, the MC intersect the AVC, is called shutdown point, and that shaded area is called shutdown area. Then let's move to the next part of the topic, that is price determination. So under price determination, is already the uniform price is there, only depending upon the time period and as well as the position, whether we are having abnormal profit, normal profit or minimum loss. Based on the profit position only, we have to say what is the prices. But it is classified into two categories. One is short run equilibrium, another one is long run equilibrium. In the short run equilibrium determination, the quantity of demand and the quantity of supply decides the equilibrium. When demand and supply are equal, then it is equilibrium. So the demand curve follows the law of demand. What is law of demand? An inverse proportion of price where the supply curves is law of supply. So when there is inverse relation, it is law of demand. When direct relation, a law of supply. So the direct proportion means the supply curve is having a direct relation with the price. When law of demand is playing, demand is having a inverse relation. When demand curve slope downwards from left to right and the supply curve slopes upwards from left to right, which are shown in the following two figures, figure A and figure B. In that particular figure A and figure B, the demand curve and supply curve is displayed. In figure C, the point E at which the demand is equal to supply. At that level, output is equilibrium output and the price is a equilibrium price. Beyond this point, there is a excess demand, and below this point, there will be a excess demand. You can now I will show the diagram. See, figure A, demand curve sloping downwards from left to right. In figure B, sloping upwards from left to right, that is supply curve. When these two curves are displayed in the figure C, E is a point at which a supply and demand have the interaction. When it is more than that, it is called excess supply. When it is below that, it is called excess demand. In a short run, the short run equilibrium and the price and output determination on the basis of the law of demand and the law of supply, which result either abnormal profit or a minimum loss. But on contrary, there is a normal profit in a long run. Whenever we say about the short run, either they will incur a loss or abnormal profit. So there are four different curves involved in that, out of which the marginal curves are very important. That is, marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost, and marginal cost intersect marginal revenue from below. These two are the equilibrium condition for the price determination. Now how they get that particular profit position is the point at which MC equal to MR, the firm can enjoy the profit with the optimum output. Am I right? The feature uniformity of price and the products are identical. The profit position of the firm decides whether they have to continue or they have to get out from the market. There are four profit positions in the firm who is in the perfect competitive firm in the short run. The profit positions are normal profit position and minimum loss position, normal profit position, and shutdown point position. The shutdown point position we already discussed in the previous topic. Consider a price is measured in a vertical axis. The y-axis is we are measuring the price. The output is measured in the horizontal axis. So due to the price uniformity and the average revenue is equal to the average that is marginal revenue, both AR and MR should be equal, and at that level the price level is fixed. If the marginal cost curve intersect the marginal revenue curve from below, at that intersection point MC also equal to MR, MC because it is intersecting at that point only na, and the output is optimum. The position of the average cost curve decides the profit position. We have there are four figures in the next slide that gives the position of the average cost only decides the profit position of the perfect competitive firm. See, you can see in the first figure, AR equal to MR, one parallel line to the output axis, and MC intersect MR from below. So these two curves are here. When AC is lying below the average revenue curve, at that level only the equilibrium price will be there. AR is more and AC is less, that is, revenue is more, cost is less, so it is abnormal profit. If you consider the figure B, here the average cost curve is lying above the average revenue curve. So the cost is more, the revenue is less. Because of that, it is called loss because it is a perfect competitive firm. Prices are uniform, free entry and exit, and homogeneous products. We should not simply say loss, we should say minimum loss. So first figure shows abnormal profit, AR greater than AC. In the second figure, you can see the AC is greater than AR, so it is a minimum loss. Then apart from these two, there is a middle position called the AC is having a tangency with the AR. It is lightly touching at that point. That is MC intersect from MR from below, and at that point equilibrium price will be fixed. AC also having the tangency with the AR. At that point there will be a equilibrium price and equilibrium output. Then the firm can earn only a normal profit. The fourth one is the shutdown area. What is shutdown point? When average variable cost itself is greater than the average revenue, then the firm has to get out from the market. The working capital is less than the revenue, means working capital is not able to meet with the revenue, then how can he survive in the business? So he will get out from the market. That is why, as far as shutdown point and shutdown area is concerned, the average cost alone is not great with the average revenue. Even average variable cost is greater than the average revenue. So in that particular thing, that particular point MC cuts AVC is called shutdown point, and the shaded area shown in the figure D is called shutdown area. So as far as the perfect competitive firm is concerned, first you should say the list of features. What are the features? Large number of buyers and sellers, homogeneous products, free entry and exit of firms, no transportation costs, perfect mobility of factors, and the last one is non-intervention of government. So these are the features. That is perfect knowledge about market, also one of feature. After features, you should know how the profit is measured in a perfect competition. They may ask what is price determination under perfect competition. Profit position only says, because there is a price uniformity. All the perfect competitive firm is a price taker. So based on the profit position only, we can say, first we are classifying the equilibrium into two. One is short run equilibrium, another one is a long run equilibrium. Now we are discussing with the short run equilibrium. Here there are four curves are involved: two revenue curves, two cost curve. Two revenue curves is average revenue and marginal revenue, and two cost curve is average cost and marginal cost. Because there is a price uniformity, the revenue curve has a parallel line along with the output line. So AR equal to MR, which is a parallel line with the output axis. MC, first it will come down and it will go up. There are two equilibrium conditions. MC equal to MR and MC intersect MR from below. When these two conditions are fulfilled, then there is a equilibrium. So AR curve, MR curve and MC curves will not change. It is only the position of the AC decides what is the profit position. When it is lying down the AR, then it is abnormal profit, because cost is very less, revenue is more, abnormal profit. Suppose the average cost is more and revenue is less, then it is a minimum loss. Coming to the third one, all four curves, AIR, MR, MC and AC, that is average revenue, marginal revenue, average cost and marginal cost, meet at one point. That point is having a normal profit, because the optimum price and output from level will reap only the average profit. Apart from these three, there is one more profit position called shutdown point. Normally for a minimum loss, AC will be greater than AR. But in this case, the average variable cost itself is greater than the average revenue. So that particular point, MC cut AVC, is shutdown point, and that shaded area is shutdown area. Now let's move to the long run. Okay? I will just conclude this particular short run in a way. As far as the long run profit position is concerned, here also there are four curves: average revenue, marginal revenue, average cost and marginal cost. But we have to say LAC for long run average cost, LMC for long run marginal cost. The average revenue equal to marginal revenue, which is equal to price. So there is a parallel line with the output line, that is called revenue curve. LMC also intersect MR from below. Suppose the LAC curve have a tangency with the price curve, at that point LMC equal to LAC, which is equal to average revenue, which is equal to marginal revenue, and which is equal to the price value. So this is the profit position of a perfect competitive firm in a long run. So how we have to conclude this? We have to write what are all the profit position for a perfectly competitive firm. The firm with 7 features, that is large number of buyers and sellers, homogeneous products, free entry and exit of firm, perfect mobility of factors, no transportation costs, perfect knowledge about market. With these 6 factors, a market is existing, then it is perfectly competitive. Because of price uniformity, the price determination is made based on the profit or loss position of the firm. When average revenue is greater than the average cost, then it is abnormal profit. Suppose the average revenue is equal to average cost, revenue and cost are equal, then the profit portion we have to term as normal profit. Suppose instead of greater than cost, the revenue is less than the cost, that is the average revenue is less than the average cost. Here the revenue is less, cost is more, that means it is a loss. So we have to term it as a minimum loss. The average revenue is less than the average cost is minimum cost. What is the fourth profit position? The average revenue not only less than the average cost, but also the average variable cost, which is called shutdown point. How do you define the shutdown point? When average variable cost itself is less than the average revenue, then it is shutdown point. The cost is more and revenue is less, then the firm has to shut down the business. Apart from these 4 short run equilibrium, there is one long run equilibrium. It is like a normal profit only. The average revenue is equal to the marginal revenue, which is equal to long run marginal cost, which is equal to long run average cost. It is called normal profit in a long run. One particular question will be there in section A. Who is a price taker? Price taker means all the perfectly competitive firm is a price taker, because they are not fixing the price. The market is always having a particular price level. The firm, those who are entering the market, have to adapt that particular. He is a price taker, he is not a price maker. Suppose if they ask whether he is a price maker, he is not a price maker, he is only a price taker. Why? Because he cannot fix the price, he have to adapt the market price. The monopoly firm is a price maker. In the next class, we will see what is monopoly competition. With this, we will wind up. Thank you, one and all. Study well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Thank you.